Oh my god, what are you doing? Today I'll be reviewing the two cameras that I use for my pets. While there are pet cameras out there that may dispense treats or do whatever other nonsense, I chose these two because they were much cheaper and they did the basic thing I need them to do: watch my cats. I'll be going over the pros and cons of each camera as well as include links to purchase on Amazon. Let's begin with Wyze Pan Cam V3. I originally had the V2 but it broke. Twice. Ended up getting an exchange for a V3 from Wyze, so I can say their customer service is pretty good. The pros are, the camera has pretty good quality video as well as night vision, which is the most important thing to me because that's when the cats have their party time. You can put an SD card in it to save data, and I was able to put in my 250GB one without issues. It will pick up one pet motion and follow the pet around, panning across the room. You can also mount this camera on a tripod or on the wall if you choose to do so. I like to move my camera around the house, so I chose to use a large tripod. There are cons, of course. The biggest ones is how the camera will constantly pan down, and when it pans down too much, it ends up blocking the view on itself. This is a design flaw because it's probably designed to be hung upside down from the wall or the ceiling. However, since I mount it on a tripod, I'm constantly getting these white blocks in my videos because the cat happened to be too close to the bottom of the tripod. It will sometimes get stuck there and not detect motion, which caused me to lose footage of cat activity. The other biggest downfall is a lot of the features like the AI-based detection, etc. requires you to pay a subscription fee. If you are doing this for security reasons and have a huge camera set up around your house, I could see it being worth the value. However, I am just making sure my cats don't rip up the curtains or destroy my tissue box, so I just use it for free. Despite this, I still think I'd get decent footage, so at this time, I feel like I don't need to pay the extra money to get the extra features. Now let's talk about the Eufy camera. I was wary of getting it at first because they constantly were under fire for unsecure servers or something. However, well, frankly, I don't care, because if someone wants to watch my cat pooping, they can have fun because I mostly use this camera to place in front of my cat's litter box. When my cat had digestive issues, I put the camera in front of the litter box so I'd know when she goes so I could scoop up her poop to give her a sample to my vet. For that reason, the camera was perfect. Just like with Wyze, it had a feature that would notify me when there was activity in front of the camera. In addition, I could set up an activity zone, so I would focus it only on the litter box so that if the cat was near but not inside, it would not go off. Unlike with Wyze, the ability to set pet motion is actually free, and it's pretty good, and it will write pet when I go through the clips, while Wyze just shows motion icon. That said, I feel like the Eufy camera has a lot more cons. The biggest con, of course, is that it doesn't pan. They do have pan cameras, but I didn't realize that when I bought it, so I was like, oh, it just has a wide-angle camera that looks into one direction. Oh well. The price is basically the same, but Eufy can only look into the wide-angle area. This is fine if you are setting it up for, say, a room, or in my case, the litter box. But if you want the camera to follow the cat around the room, but unfortunately, it will not be able to do so. Additionally, it does not have the ability to be mounted on a tripod. It can only be either mounted via the wall or just placed on a dainty little stand that it comes with. For my purpose, the stand has been okay, but when I wanted to see the entire room, figuring out a place to put it where it wouldn't tumble off was difficult. The other huge downside, at least for me, is the SD card. First of all, Eufy can only handle 120GB SD cards. That's fine, it's still a lot of space, but my issue is that all the data on the SD card gets encrypted by Eufy, and you cannot view it unless you download their video clips on your phone directly through the Eufy app. With Wyze, I can just pop the SD card out and look at the clip folders on my PC, but with Eufy I have to go through the day-by-day videos and look for the one that I need. You can only do this on your phone through their app. I understand this is a security thing, so if your camera is outside, someone can't just steal the SD card and take all the data with it. However, my camera is indoors, and so I wish the encryption feature was something you could put optionally in the app, whether it's on or off. If the camera isn't going to be outside, we shouldn't be forced to encrypt all the data on it. Both cameras can be purchased for under $40 on Amazon, less so when they have a sale. So ultimately, it depends on what your preferences are. I think both cameras are good to have in different parts of the room for specific use that I use them for. Still, if I could go back in time, I'd probably get a pan version of the Eufy camera. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe.